Yeah.
Yeah. Right on, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are watching right here live streamed to Swissbeatbox YouTube, then you know that we're on episode 6 of Beyond the Beats, the official SBX podcast. I'm Scott Jackson, your host, and I'm going to let this ride out for a second while people join. Take this, give it a thumbs up, spread it around to your friends, because we have a very special guest today, my dog, my good friend, Mr. Sven Joachim, Mr. Kim, K.I.M, the big man, Shadow Sumo. Ladies and gentlemen from France, this week we'll be talking to Kim one more time, so I think we're going to get into it. And you can just dance for a second if you're having a good time out there on a Sunday. Come on.
Come on.
Jeez. On your belly. Jeez. One more time. Episode 6, right here live, Beyond the Beats, live stream to Swissbeatbox. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Sunday. Once again, my guest today is Kim. He's Shadow Sumo, the beatbox Viking, all around good guy, my dog. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this right now. Are you ready? Ish, ish, ish. Yeah, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Perfect, man. I'm in a really, really good time at this moment. And you, what's going on?
I'm excited. I get to talk to you and see your face over the internet here and give a couple of smiles. And I don't know, I'm excited to go and have this conversation and talk and get in some details about your life and ask about it because, well, I was looking you up. I've known you for a long time, but I got to go and actually look up and really try to go in and find some stuff about you. And you're such an interesting guy and so warm-hearted. I've every time we get together, it's all love, and I'm happy to call you my friend. So I'm happy to see you, man. I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to call you my good friend.
My dog.
My dog, yeah.
Yeah, and where are you right now? Before we even start off, where are you right now? You're in France, and you're with a bunch of beatboxers around as well, right?
Exactly. I'm in the countryside in a city called Le Mans. We got a French Championship in 2010 in this city, by the way, and we are at the Robin's house. We make a party since 3 days with a French beatboxer, and that's so nice because we during all the quarantine we planned this. It was like the first weekend. We got it's legit to see each other from the government and everything in a private party, of course. Mm-hmm. And it was all exciting about it. It's like the second weekend possible. We just organize it and everybody come, and yeah, that's good. That's sick.
Yeah, before we started, you guys, I saw a few of the absolutely amazing French beatbox, the French beatbox family just coming in behind and interacting. So it was so nice to see everybody. And again, so nice to see you. But let's get this thing started because I don't really like wasting time. I like getting right to it. So I wanted to go and start off in your Emperor of the Mic and Beatbox Battle interviews. You said when you started beatboxing, you were around 20 years old. You saw a beatboxer named Tez at a Buddy Nom Nom DJ concert. Mm-hmm. And is this the first time you ever saw beatboxing live, or did you know of it beforehand?
So that was the really first time I saw it live. Before, because I'm a really hip-hop fans, I used to know Razzle, of course, but I didn't pay so much attention on beatboxing.
Oh, yes.
That was really like...
Sorry, your connection kind of...
Okay.
Broke up for a second there. Let me see here. Let's start that from the beginning again. Let's try that. If I were to go and say, so you knew of Razel, right?
Yeah. Because I'm a really hip hop fan, so I knew Razel and Killa Kela. But from album of hip hop artist and I didn't put so much attention on beatboxing. It was just something. And then when I saw it live. Then I understand it, and I was so impressed, especially with only the voice but so much bass and drums. I was so impressed and shocked, and this change. And I didn't beatbox. I saw this guy Tez, as you say, and I didn't start beatboxing. I just began to watch video and put interest, and I was not like I will beatbox. I was just like, oh, beatbox is sick, and I like to listen it and watch it, And it was like this.
So after that first experience where you saw it on stage and got to experience that bass and experience that live feeling through a speaker, you're like, whoa. But even before as a kid, when you were a kid growing up in school, did you hear beatboxing? Were there beatboxers kind of in the school that you knew of it? Or was it just kind of something that was in the background?
I forgot to say Sayan Supaku, of course, in France. It's really important. And yeah, I got some memories. I'm in college, and as many kids, I tried to do sounds with my mouse, and I didn't know it was beatboxing. Nobody, and I can't say for me it was. I was not beatboxing out. I was just making music, but with my mouse. But that was not in the mindset of beatbox. And then, as you say, at 20 years old, I started beatboxing. Yeah.
So then you said you went on, and a few months after that, after seeing Tez the beatboxer live, you saw Backlund in Austria, and you saw that and got to experience another live beatbox thing and pushed you even further. So my question is, when you first started beatboxing, you said the first beatboxers you met were Svent, Rafiki, Bra, and you all came together to jam in France. And how was that feeling of meeting people that shared a passion right off the bat and were like, oh yeah, come together, let's practice, let's exchange?
That's the thing. Without this, I will not put so much interest maybe in beatboxing. So one of the first thing I put into internet was Beatbox Friends. I didn't know something was called Beatbox Friends. It was only to see what's happened in France in beatboxing. And then I found a forum on internet, and I saw some people speaking. I see a random message somewhere from Sven telling, in like this weekend, we got a meeting. Every beatboxer want to come, just come. We was on the street in Montmartre, and I remember I saw Sven. He was coming and hug me. And I was like, oh, basically it's like more handshake or something. But yeah, he hugged me. I was like, okay. and then I saw some beatboxer. It was a really, really cool afternoon. And then it was, the beginning of the story with the community of beatboxing. After this, we met, I go in more meeting, and I feel the beatbox family. And this really, if I continue beatboxing, if I put so much interest, that's caused this. Yeah, the feeling.
And it's crazy to see though how much you improved so quickly, because your real interest started at 20 years old, you said. So from 20, and this is 2007 that you started approximately, and by 2011 you're the solo champion. You 2009 and 2010 you're the tag team champion. So how did you get so good so quickly? How did you is there a way you practiced, or is there stuff you can go and tell people? Because again, starting at 20 years old and within 2 years winning a national championship, especially in France where it's so amazing and the culture is so deep and so just always pushing the boundaries. So for in 2 years to go and win a tag team championship, and then in 4 years becoming the solo champion, like, your progression is amazing. So how did you go and progress so quickly? Is there anything you would say that attributed to that?
So a bit of the luck, because I didn't got I was in a school, and I didn't got the diploma, the certificate, and I was just like, fuck it. And exactly at the same moment, beatboxing coming. So I didn't have any work, any school, nothing, just beatboxing to do. And I didn't have money, but I was just like beatboxing. And I go in so many events, when I saw something, even if I don't got money, I was every time finding a way. A friend give me some money, or I just found a way. I was going to so many events, and that's why I think the progression, and really soon I go to see outside friends. My style of beatboxing is not like a proper French style. I took inspiration in Belgium, in England, and in France, of course. I mix everything. And in Hungary, that's my main inspiration.
Yes, Defe and Dome. I remember seeing
Yes,
videos and seeing the influence that they had on you, and it's so crazy.
yeah.
Like,
So yeah, I just yeah, I think you need to put the passion. You need to live beatboxing. It's your life, and you need to go to many events and meet beatboxer. That's maybe why you say it's fast. Yeah, but I think that's why.
that, yeah. Well, I mean, again, for me to look and see the progression where you just start, and especially at 20 years old, of you say you may have done some beforehand, like little bit, but never thought of it as training for beatboxing.
It was
But
7 years before,
yeah, but people now, if you look at some of the beatboxers that are battling now, they're like 16, 15, and they're just amazing, and they've been beatboxing for however many years. So you started relatively late, but you put the work in and got there. So congratulations, because it was awesome to watch the progression again. And again, when I was looking through videos and seeing stuff and seeing how you started out and the progression starting, you can just see yourself just every couple months being another level, just amazing to watch. And you said that at that time, when you first started out, you'd not you were at school, but you didn't get a diploma and you didn't have a job. What did you do before beatboxing? What were you studying and what were you working before beatboxing?
It was something really, really not for me. It was communication. That's this, I don't know why I got there. It's like you in France. I got like the first diploma, like the one everybody want to have, and then after this, it's like choose what you want to do in your life. And I didn't knew at all what I should do, and I still don't know why I got after in this communication. But by the way, I didn't work during this, but I learned some stuff and I use it for backup years after, years after. So yeah, because
It worked out. So from school to doing this to working in communications towards that, then all of a sudden you found beatboxing, and since then you've just been a full-time beatboxer, and that's all your life is just beatbox.
Yeah, it was hard at the beginning, as I tell you, without money, job, and everything, and like not everybody, and even me, didn't believe I can be a pro, like earn money with this. So that was quite hard, but at the same time, that was so good time because I discovered this beatboxing. This I was so excited, and the first 5 years, it's just crazy because you took everything. It's perfect.
And some of the earlier shows that I saw on pictures, and you used to work with crews, obviously you still do, but could you explain to me more about Full de Boer? Full de Boer?
Oh, what?
'Cause
Man,
I remember I saw videos and found pictures of you doing
maybe
with
you the first,
DJs.
yeah, you the first beatboxer to ask to just say this word, full del bord. You're the first guy to ask me something about it. So big shout out. I will say to my guy to Full Delbor to just watch this moment later. But yeah, that was my first experience on stage. That's friends from my city, two rap guy and one DJ, and they was inviting me in during the show. It was even for them that was the beginning of the career, and yeah, I was invited to beatboxing during the show. That was really nice. That was just like free gigs. That was just perfect, and that was really nice experience. Food Delbor, yeah.
Yeah, and you were going back and forth even as some of your first gigs. You were backing up rappers, the rappers, and one of them's name's Moon, I think one of them's name was, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But you're backing up the rappers and you're going back and forth with the DJ. So it was really cool to see some of your first gigs right off the bat being like really hip hop, like really collaborative, not just sitting with your head down beatboxing like nervous. You're already getting the flow of it.
I got some picture now in my mind. I know which video you watch it, and I didn't watch it since 10 years, something. Yeah, that's crazy nice. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, but is that something that right off the bat that again I feel like a lot of beatboxers when they start off they don't get that opportunity to be on stage right away, and
it was free gigs. Yeah.
Yeah, but for you, how did that influence you right off the bat of getting that opportunity of someone saying, "Here's a microphone, come jam with us," and including you?
I remember I was just going somewhere. I saw a microphone and I was finding a way to spit in this microphone. I was just performing everywhere I was going. Even yeah, I remember yeah, even me I was just going speaking, or I send a friends. Yeah, go ask this guy from the organization. There a beatboxer in the house, and yeah, I was just so motivated to spit.
It's funny. That happens a lot too. I remember doing that as well. You walk around, and if you see a microphone there, you gotta look around as the audience. You're like, maybe I'll just grab this for a second if you can do it, or get someone to ask you. It's nice. And when you started becoming a full-time beatboxer and doing it up till today, in France specifically, what does that consist of? So do you do like shows, obviously, collaborations, doing workshops, organizing events? So how did what do you do? What does it to you mean to be a full-time beatboxer? Like what is your main things that you do year round?
I'm not sure to understand exactly the question.
Oh, sorry. I'll try to say it slower, easier. So to be a full-time beatboxer in France,
yeah,
what does your job consist of? So what are the majority things that you do?
yeah, it's as you say, you say it's show, workshop, collaboration, and the most important for me, if you got a crazy crew, or yeah, you can have only one, but for me since the beginning I try to got 3, even more, crew, band or project, yes, and some project just you don't see this coming, like somebody send you a mail, can you do a featuring with me on this gigs or something. And of course workshop, I like to do it in any kind of situation. It can be in school, even in jail. I got several experience in jail, teaching beatboxing.
Really?
Even from a woman in really bad situation with maybe 3 kids and no men at all in the house. People with trouble, mind trouble, young people just life destroyed. They got only 14 years old and it's already destroyed, you know. So yeah, I like this, and as well, but more not in France, but at the beatbox events, I like to teach to the beatboxer too. It's other job for workshop, but I like both. Yeah.
And do you because again in France, with there being so many amazing beatboxers, from the people that you're in that house, you know, even Fire Raz, Alexinho, Collabs, everybody in France is so amazing. Does it make it hard to go and get gigs because there's so many amazing beatboxers? Is that something that's ever come up, or is it something that you're doing your shows here and you do stuff together, but then it's not much overlapping, you know?
No. I didn't never see this, or even somebody tell me this. It's I think for when Skuya do a gigs, it can give the opportunity to collapse, to have a gigs, because the organizer will see beatboxing. Maybe the next year they will be like, oh, beatbox is crazy, and I will ask somebody else, and yeah, that's make the promotion of everybody. And no.
Don't think, because yeah, it's something that I think about in especially like France is a big country, but in smaller countries I could see it being hard for there to be many professional beatboxers, and having, because I talked to Penchinkata and she was saying in Bulgaria, with Skiller and her, a lot of the big gigs go to them, right? So it's harder for someone like Maxo or Bass Bro to get shows because they already have world champions there. And
Yeah.
for you,
I think it's all about the project. Of course, if you want to do a full solo career of beatboxing, maybe it can be hard, but it all depends the project. We all got different projects, you know. So you say it may be hard in some small country, but maybe in your country you got a world champion, but this world champion maybe don't do beatboxing I don't know, with a rapper and a pianist and a violinist guy as you. So
Mm,
maybe this guy will got gigs because the world champion don't do this. You know, it's all about the project, I think.
absolutely. No, that makes full sense. It's just something that I was wondering, that I was like
But
thinking
that's a
because
good
of
question.
so.
That's a good question. But yeah, that's my answer. I think I never really figure it out, but that was, I think. Yeah.
And one of the, like, you have a lot of different groups that I'll get into in a couple minutes, because you've had a lot of different projects that you've worked with. But one of my favorite projects that you started with was working early on with Rafiki and with Nocif Sound Crew or Sound System,
Yeah.
and that was, like, you guys again started out 2009 and 2010 winning the team battle in France, and actually in 2010 you beat Under Control, who actually became the world champs. So
My
there was
best.
two versus four, and you guys still won. And you went first, and then second, losing to Box Office in 2011. But still, very tough battles, high level battles. You guys were featured in the Beatbox Showdown 2010 in Zurich when you guys went out there. So you've had a lot of different success with Freaky. And when I did the translation for English, Nocif means harmful, so a harmful sound system. I like the name. I was gonna say, how did you guys decide to be a tag team? Because you said he was one of the first beatboxers you met. How did you guys decide to become a tag team? And what inspired you to go and be like, no, we're gonna be very serious and try to win the tag teams?
Um, so yeah, it was one of the first guy I meet. We spent time together a bit more than some other French guy at the beginning, and we got a lot of similar music influence. Rafiki is like listen so many music, and at some parts we got the same from the French core, from the drum and bass, really hard music, and a connection was here. We was beatboxing a lot together, never thinking about tag team. I think I didn't know even a tag team. Maybe yeah, yeah. And I remember we was in the metro, and then I asked him. It was like asking a girl, do you want to go in a bar with me tonight? And I asked him, bro, are you interested to make a tag team? It can be nice. And he told me straight, yes. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then we took some rehearsal. That was the first time I was like in rehearsal proper. And the first French Championship, we only plan and we only got the time to plan the elimination. And then we did this, and I was the number 17 in solo. I didn't pass the top 16. I was the 17, and Rafiki was 16. And so the next day, I took a lot of my solo routine, and Rafiki was just beatboxing in it. He was already know my routine, and we took like this. There are some story, but it was just full luck, full mistake. It was not accepted. That was just my French Championship, my first, and yeah, that was just crazy.
In 2009, right?
Yes, yes. As many French beatboxer, we started at this French Championship.
Yeah, and then 2010 when you guys went back in, and again, it was a. I remember watching that
Yeah,
in 2010 and seeing it because I was interested in trying to find the words on FM Beat and the channel. But
yeah,
watching you versus Under Control was so crazy because there was 4 versus 2, and it was just, for me, I was just like, when they first started, I'm like, there's no way. But then you guys went back and forth, and the energy was there, and it was really like
yeah.
amazing to watch, man.
For this one, that was the opposite. We work so much on this French Championship because we got the titles. It was a full luck, and then we working for 1 year. We was like, okay, no, we don't know why, but we are the French champion, so let's got this title, and then we worked. I remember one of the projects, one of the years I worked so much, and some couple of months I didn't knew Under Control was here, but I got the information. A crew will be here, and it will be impossible for us Nocif Sound System to win. Somebody tell me this, man. Don't dream. this year you will be not 2 times French championship, a French champion. And this put me a lot of motivation more, and I was accepting everybody. I was like, I was not in the mood. I want to win. I want to win. It was just I want to give my best. We want to give our best. And then we saw Under Control. We was really happy. It's like less of pressure, of a lot of less of pressure, because you're French champion, but they are world champion, so no pressure at all. And that's one of my favorite moments in my beatbox career. This battle, I remember, Max Pone was judge, and I like performed for him. He was, because in France, the French style of the crew battle is all the juries in the first line of the crowd, and Max Pone Firebras is my idol in beatboxing with Face SFX, and that was, I don't know. I remember I was just looking the eyes of Max Pone and beatboxing for him. That was crazy moment. And then when the host say Nocif sound system win, wow, crazy.
Yeah, man.
We won too. That was close.
Yeah, it was very close, and I remember watching, and I can only imagine seeing it from having your idols right in front of you. Hey, it's Alexinho. Hello. And
Shadow Sumo.
Ish. Oh man, that's what I love about the French beatbox community. You guys are always just together, and I can see it being so strong. And let's talk about that a little more too. Sorry, let me get back to this. Whatever happened with Rafiki? And because the last videos I found were of 2012 is when I found the last video of Nocif sound system, and after that you moved into different crews and you started working with Big Ben and you started doing Shadow Sumo more. But whatever happened to Rafiki and Nocif sound system?
Yeah, so it's as you say in 2012. It's no video, but our last show was in Barcelona in Spain, and that was we didn't know that was our last show, but I'm happy to finish with this one. And that was just life. He wants to put more focus in his work. He didn't enjoying so much work hard on beatboxing. It was more about the fun. And yeah, that's just life. It chose to didn't put so much energy in the beatboxing, and I was in the mood. I want to put all my full energy, and plus I won the solo title, and then as you say, the third try we lose it with Nocif versus Box Office. I'm in the Robin house right now. He beat me in the tag team 2011. So
yes.
Maybe that's in the equation, because I was solo champion at this moment, and. Yeah, like
you still talk to Rafiki ever? You still see him?
Of course, it's a friend for life. Of course, every 5 years. This year I need to give him the trophy from 2010. Every 5 years we
change over. That's nice, man.
And when we stop with Rafiki, I begin with Team Panam. All my connection from Nocif, I put it with Team Panam. It was Team 6.
And that's when you started working with that group as well. And I'm gonna go back to again, seeing Alexinho walk by and in that you're in Robin's house and seeing all the French community. I just had a few questions, general questions, just about the French community in general, because it's really evident that you guys are super tight as a community. There's always different battles happening, always different opportunities for you guys to get together. I see it on your stories from Firebras, just endless stories doing stuff, and everybody's always together. Whether it's their own group, like End of Game together, or Team Pan Am, or all these groups are together and seeing each other, but they still all together are such a very strong community. So I wanted to know, why do you think the French culture in general, aside from beatboxing, but what is it about French culture that made beatboxing have the opportunity to grow so much?
I think it's because the old school French beatboxer. When I start, I saw the oh la 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 of Max Pone. I saw Max Pone support so much the other beatboxer. I don't know, I just saw it, and then we keep it our generation. Yeah, if I think if the old school French was up, like hungry guy and like in the competition, we will be not like this. I think.
Mm. So you
And
think
yeah,
is that paying that forward where they have your heroes and the French beatbox, the old school French beatbox being so inclusive and allowing, you know, teaching LOS taking the time to teach guys, Mike Spawn teaching guys, Firebrad teaching guys, and being right there and being part of it. That's why you think that the French beatbox scene is so strong.
yeah. I think it's a part of the answer. I think, and plus, yeah, we like to spend time together. we yeah. During the quarantine, we were speaking every day by messenger. We we yeah. Even everybody was locked at home. We was still see each other every day.
And when I was listening to the Emperor the Mike interview that you did with Beastie in 2012, he had mentioned that another reason is that you guys always talking on the phone and always teaching right away. Like someone learns, someone they teach. And do you still to this day, like all the time, just every day, it's like who you're calling everybody in France super close like that still?
Yeah. Of course, you see stuff. You show stuff to your friend, and like close, and even for example, I'm practicing a bit inward bass at this moment, and I ask Shiki is a French guy, is top 40, and for me is the specialist of the inward bass in France. So I just message him, you know, it's work like this. And he give me tips, and I need to back to him to show he will give me more tips, and then maybe I will give him some tips too if he ask me for, you know, and yeah, that's work like this.
So it's the free exchange. And how proud are you of France for the success that you guys have had, where you have back-to-back world champions, you have you know, Grand Beatbox Battle Tag Team champions, you guys have just seen the Loop Station, Berrywam, everything France all the time. How does it feel to be part of that community and be so successful as a group?
So proud, so proud, and yeah, man, if you see in France we got a strong hip hop culture. In DJing we got so much world title in breakdancing, even in rap freestyle, and end of the week we got a lot of French. In every hip hop element, French are got good results in competition. Same for beatboxing. yeah.
Well, congratulations. Ooh la la. You guys crush it. And going back to your battling career as well, I just wanted to say that as a solo battler, so you went 2009, you didn't make it into the solo. Then 2010, you made it to the semifinals. Yes. You lost to Beastie, and Beastie ended up being the champion.
Don't have any chance.
Yeah, but then 2011, you come back and you end up winning and becoming the champion. Yeah. And another thing that I really noticed about French beatboxers, but you specifically, is that you've been a part of the French championships from 2009. And then 2017, in 2013, you come back and you become a finalist against LM. And again, 2017, you're a finalist against Collapse.
Yeah, thanks to say this. Many people didn't saw. In 2013 and 17, I lose in final. Yeah. 17, it was so close. With Collapse, we make overtime.
Yes.
And we knew like the next battle was the crew EOG. We was in crew together. We was beatboxing and practicing since maybe 3 weeks together before this French championship. That was unbelievable to battle each other. And I remember we finished the battle. We was like with end of the game like this, you know, like get ready, get ready if you saw Franco microphony. And then the host say, oh, it's the extra round. Oh, what? We was like this, like a crew. Like, oh, what? That was amazing. And I'm proud. I'm really proud to got 2 times this second place as well in France. Yeah.
It just means the level of success that you've had, again, to be there for almost a decade in the top whenever you tried, was always in the top echelon of French beatbox, which is, again, the highest, in my opinion, in the world, to go and get that. And then 2017, even though you don't defeat Collapse in the finals, you as a crew, end of game, you take the championship again as a team. So
that was
success.
Yeah, and we work a lot on this. And I tell you, one of my best moments was in 2010 Nocif versus Under Control. But EOG is like one of the first two that was amazing sensation. I remember Skuya just jump on me. I was sticking Skuya like this. Wow! That was just amazing to do this with your friend, you know, especially with Skuya. Man, that was sick. It was sick.
Yeah, and that crew is dope. I love that project, and I love that group. And is that you guys are going to be trying for maybe more French championships together, or are you going to be looking at maybe the world championships or some other battles that you're looking together as end of game?
The French, no. The world, I would say no, because who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's in 10 years, maybe it's in 1 month. So let's say nothing about this. But we more want to, because when you work on battle, you don't have time to make an album, you don't have time to make a video, you don't have with the crew, because your time is so small. We got a lot of job outside. So no, we want to focus and make tracks, not necessarily album, EP, and make some video and make some content, because we didn't work on this at this moment. So with end of the game, we don't speak about battle right now. We speak about making content and beginning to work. Yeah, because win a battle, it's not the end. It's not the end of the game.
No, it's just a piece of the puzzle towards what you're working towards. Because I remember even with Team Panam, you had the Call of Beatbox. That video was awesome, where you guys were going in the car and then just working together, and you open it up and there's the disco ball and everything. Yes. So you're trying to make more projects like this with end of game.
Yes. We want to. We need to find the time, but we got so much idea, so much music, because we're practicing a lot for the French and the world, and every time we took like maybe 10% of the stuff we're working, but there are a lot of we can use for the show, for even a video. We didn't show nothing, but we got so much materials already. And every time we see each other, we found again some other materials. That's just crazy. We got, now we need to work on record and shit, but the music, we got it.
That's the hard part almost, is just getting the material to work with and then whittling it down to what you want to go and put out. So I'm excited to go and see where you guys do with that. And
I don't know yet how it will be. Yeah.
And aside from being the French champion, you also have other solo victory wins where you won the Saint Legends battle 2014. You beat Babbly in the finals. You beat Funkus Tech. You beat Sid FX. So that was another win that you had. And I wanted to go and ask you specifically though about in 2011. You did after. I'm not sure if it was after or before you won the French champs. You went to Battle of the Year, Nimes?
It was before.
It was before, and you ended up beating Big Ben there, and you won against Hutch in the finals for 2011. Yes. But was that one of the first times that you got to meet Big Ben, or had you seen Big Ben at the Belgian champs beforehand?
Exactly. So first, he sent me some message. No, I saw him on something like Mumble, something like Ventrilo. It was on beatboxblog.fr. He saw me here, then he sent me some message and was like, "Who is this random guy?" His picture profile was like a Rasta guy with a baby face, and at this time I didn't understand somebody like my beatboxing or even message me about this. I was like, "What this guy?" and then some weeks, or I don't know, months later, I listened to his bass, and when I listened his bass, I was like, "Oh, this guy is this guy. It's crazy." And then we begin to speak a bit, and I saw. I- In fact, I can't remember this, if the first time I see him was in Belgium or French Championship. French Championship. Maybe I think the Belgium. And yeah, he tell me years after he was scared about me when he see me in live, because I was like, whoa, big man, like, yeah, you my guy, you bass, like, really, you will destroy this beatbox game, you the guy, you the you know. And that was the beginning of our story. And then we beginning to practice together a lot for 1 year on Skype. He was every time show me what he's doing. I was showing him what I was doing. We was exchanging a lot on by Skype for 1 year, and then after it just friends and continues to have fun.
And when did that idea of Shadow Sumo come together, and when did you guys decide to work together? Because again, I found videos. The first one that I found that you guys actually had the idea, excuse me, that actually was on camera that I saw was at the Morpa Festival in 2012. Is where you did a shout out and you just were saying Shadow Sumo, and you got slapped in the belly there.
I did this at the GBB, the video, and it was for Morpa for the promotion.
Yeah, and that was. But is that the first? Is that when you guys kind of made up that idea and decided to work together? 2012ish.
We even didn't decide to work together at this moment. Before it used to call gradubid. It means fat from the belly. Gradubid in French. With Hutch, Black A, and Big Ben. And at some moment, Big Ben and Hutch was in my house for like a weekend, like holidays, and we was watching a lot of Rap Contenders. Is like a rap a cappella battle in France, really famous. And one of the hosts every time say Stunner the Shadow Boxer, and we was watching a lot of video, and this host every time in every beginning of video he say this. And so I just look up the guys, because we was fat on for gradubit, fat from the belly, and I say, guys, we are the Shadow Sumo, and we're just laughing a lot. So fun, so fun. And we keep it this word like Shadow Sumo, and we didn't think about it. And then for the GBB 16 maybe Shadow Sumo, yes,
2016, yeah,
16. When we knew we will compete at the GBB, it was like the first time we practicing together with Big Ben, and we even if the Shadow Sumo was many people, we still keep the name Shadow Sumo because Shadow Sumo. Yes,
and you guys have had success together, and obviously you got into Grand Beatbox Battle again in 2019, and I was gonna say what is it that other than that connection you had of saying, wow, look at his bass, and he messaged you respecting your style of beatboxing and trading back and forth, but you call him your son, he calls you his dad. What like there's just a natural love that you can see that's there, and a lot of respect. So is that something that just came basically immediately of just seeing him being like, oh, we're friends, okay, you beatbox, I beatbox, I like your bass, he likes my style?
I told you at the beginning he was scared of me, but yeah, this relationship, your dad can scared you. I think it's crazy. Yeah, you make me realize this, but I think since the beginning with Big Ben is a bit like this. Yes.
Well, I like what I've seen thus far, and I really do enjoy the energy that you guys bring together, and you can see it across the world. People send videos to you where they feel like they try your style. A group of guys will send saying Shadows, will slap in their bellies. They go send respect to you guys. So
a lot of Shadow Sumo. I love it so much. Shadow Sumo.
Yeah, and you guys have worked together even outside of battling too. I saw that you guys performed on La Une as Shadow Sumo during Saul.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a nice experience. It was one of the biggest gigs you can do in Brussels. It was in the Grand Place, like the big place. And Saul is a Belgian artist. It's as I tell you, sometimes you receive an email from nowhere, and that was this kind of situation. It's just a singer. We saw this guy one time, and it was to do this. Because this guy was like, at the middle of my show, I want to put some beatboxing. He liked the Shadow Sumo, and then we do this. and that was really nice. We started the Facebook page because these gigs. We was like, oh, it will be. Let's make a Facebook page.
And have you seen much work since then come in for Shadow Sumo? Are you guys still obviously working together? And during these times, I understand it's hard to work together. You can still be online, but is that a project that you're excited to go and continue and push with Big Biggin?
Lot as end of the game, same level of motivation. Yeah. We want to do thing, and I love so much performing with Big Ben. I feel more confident. I feel I'm more funny. I feel better. I love perform with Big Ben. I love to have, yeah. I got my Shadow Sumo character in of the end of the game. I even got kind of quite same, but it's different. I'm other team with Big Ben as with end of the game as well. Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, and you've again just from working with a duo as Nocif, and then Shadow Sumo working with that group, end of the game Team Pan Am, and then that's not even talking about even you still had solo beatbox battle career, because you know being top coming vice champion twice and the true champion of France once in doing that, and then also Grand Beatbox Battle. Though I wanted to talk to you about Grand Beatbox Battle because this is something that I've seen. You made it into top 8 2011. You faced off against Skiller. Then in 2000, yeah, and then 2013 you took 4th place. 2014 you took 3rd place, and I met you in 2011 as well. During that time back in Basel when we had those the battles like that, I remember seeing you and starting to go and do stuff, and then like you made it into the top 16, actually top 8 in the World Champs 2012, and I just wanted to know, aside from this, let's go with Grand Beatbox Battle. What does Grand Beatbox Battle mean to you as a battle, as a competition, as an experience overall? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, the GBB so much. So for me, it's the French Championship and the GBB. That's my two battle I love so much. The GBB is like a old story. Yeah, I need my GBB every year. I miss it when my daughter born, but yeah, I need my GBB every year. And that's crazy story. My first international battle was versus Killer. The first time I didn't battle a guy from France. That was just amazing. The energy I took. The 3rd place you mentioned, I'm really proud about it. Yeah, make 2 times in a row the top 4. I'm proud, even if it's a long time ago. And yeah, GBB, it's my with French Championship, my favorite event. I love so much GBB, so much.
Well, I do too, man. It's always fun. I feel like it's just a big reunion. You get to see everybody. You get to experience the new people styles, new things that people are bringing to the table. But it's just so nice to have the time in between the battles and hanging out and just walking. Maybe you go and get a meal with somebody, or maybe you enjoy a beer with somebody and just have those times as a family. So I always look forward to Grand Beatbox. And do you have is it something that you want to pursue with solo as well? You want to try again maybe to do the solo for Grand Beatbox World League when it comes back?
Yes. Yeah, I think I would love to, but wildcard competition is so hard. But I feel I would like to try. I would like to try 1 time, 2 times more. I tell you, GBB, it's long story. It's my favorite. Yeah, I don't want to die and and be like, yeah, I didn't do this. You know? So yeah, I will try it.
Yeah, because the only thing that you haven't done is I haven't seen you on a loop station. I've seen you when we were at your house, maybe a little bit here and there. But is that something that you're working on as well? Because that's the only thing in France that you haven't won. You won solo, you won team, you won tag, but you didn't win loop station. Is loop station something you're thinking of pursuing as well?
Yes, but I didn't took time to do this. and every week I'm like, oh, I need to work on the loop station. I got ID. My loop station is full since years. I got but I don't took the time, and I don't know if one day I will, but yeah, we will see. We will see. It can be fun, and we got the tag team category coming in France. Maybe be with somebody else will help me to go in the loop station scene.
Practice together, and
at the same time, I thinking, and I think it will be a good way for me with the tag team loop to go in this. I think.
Yeah, I think you do very well on the loop station. I'd love to see Shadow Sumo on this on the loop station.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go and say, aside from battling, because you say you plan on continuing very hard, obviously, with End of Game, working on new stuff and new videos and new content, and then also pursuing battles with them, and Shadow Sumo working with Big Ben, and then your solo career working with that for battling. But outside of battling, I wanted to go and say in 2010, you had put out a post in 2010 where you said, when I translated it, tell me if this is what it was, you refused to go on France with Incredible Talent on Europe 1. You had gotten an option from somebody saying that Nocif sound system, they wanted you on France with Incredible Talent, or they thought about it, and you said
Sherlock Holmes.
Pardon?
You know Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah. I've tried here. No, but I wanted to go and say, a lot of beatboxers get the opportunity and try out for these talent shows all around the world. And at the time, you said it was just not a good fit for Nocif sound system, and you wanted to focus on something different, not that style. And I just want to know, what is your opinion on the talent shows that are out there and how they portray beatboxers and how they portray our scene?
Yeah. So I thank you. I feel a bit ashamed about this post. No, I'm joking. It was Ash.
Ash?
No, it's okay. Just I think when you say no to something, you don't need to post it on social media. But it was years ago, and fuck it, this crazy guy. Yeah. Yeah, he showed me his ass. Yeah. So yeah, I remember it was so many years later, 10 years something, and I remember the talent show. This one in France was sending me emails, telephone, SMS, everything like we want some beatboxing in your show, and it was too much. It was like a message on everything, and I don't want to do this. I stopped to send me. I was in this mood. I feel a bit ashamed, but I think it's just up to the people. Some beatboxer are good to do this. Some beatboxer no. Some beatboxer like to do cover. Dress well, doesn't have trouble to put a costume, it all depends the personality, the beatbox. For myself, I don't have a style for the TV, and I will be not a guy say if the TV asks me for the next round do this cover, I will be like I don't want to. So I know already I can't, so I don't want to do this. But every time I watch the guys doing this, I support the guys doing this. It's just up to the guy, and it's every time a good thing. Quite of every time a good thing for the beatbox. Sometimes there are some mistakes, and yeah, that's a good platform. Like, even for you, it was really good to do this. For many other people, so yeah, big respect. Just do your stuff. Just do your stuff for everybody. And the thing you got in your soul and you believe, that's great.
That's I'm glad you said it like that, because it was just staying true to yourself. It wasn't any disrespect to the competitions or to anybody doing them or anything like that. Yeah. And I didn't mean when I brought this up, I didn't mean to allude to that or make it that being the idea behind it. I just want to know just what you answered right there of saying that it wasn't for your style, it wasn't for you personally that you felt connected to it, but other people have done amazing with it and have really shown beatboxing well out there. And
It's for the translation of.
Yeah.
You can translate me.
I'm trying here.
Perfect.
And I want to know too, just as a total side question, King of Vikings. How did you get this name? And is there any inspiration, because you are, as much as you're French, you have a Swedish background as well. Is there a reason why King of Vikings came about? Who gave you that name? Is that someone else telling you this, or is that because obviously you got the huge beard and you look like a Viking?
Yeah, it's cool. You asked me about Full Dalbor at the beginning because it's from Full Dalbor. It was the rapper. I mean, because yes, as you say, I have Swedish background. Since I got some hair in my face, I got a beard, and he called me the king of the Viking in a track we was making together. I was making drum and bass, and he was rapping on it and say avec Kim, aka I even remember the lyrics, avec Kim, aka le king des Vikings. So with Kim, aka the king of Viking, he was saying this. And I didn't use this in my my real beatbox career, but I use it in Ventrilo. When I was in Ventura, I never put the Kim name. It was King of Viking. You can ask BBK about this. At the beginning, he was thinking somebody was copying and imitate Kim, and he was like, "This guy, King of Viking, is a bitch. He's just making Kim's routine." And then he found it was me. So yeah, that was my Ventrilo name.
And speaking of other projects that you've been a part of, because again, you've had a good list, but one project that I'm really interested in that I've been listening to now is where you've been working with 3 Keys, and it's alliance of 3 musicians with your friend Kelu on the didgeridoo and K.I.M on the hang. And I saw videos though, because you just released an album on Bandcamp called Unlock the Door, where you guys are all working together and you've recorded it. And then also you had the video that came out on Growl Up France, where you're on the boat going through the river. And I was going to say, is this a project that I saw a video of in 2014-ish, is when you had other videos of a little clip of you working with, I believe, K.I.M, but it might have been someone different on the didgeridoo. So is this a project that you've had in the works for a while, or is this something in 2019 that started off fresh and is something that you're pursuing?
Maybe it's possible. 14, it looks odd for me, but we took time to work together. At the beginning, we just, as many times, you go to perform to a concert, gigs, and then there are some other musicians, and then the organizers say, "Oh, it will be good if at the end of the party you play together, freestyling." So yes, why not? Let's go. We do this. We spend a good time. And then we didn't saw each other for a long time. And then I saw Kelu at the jam session in Paris. It's like every Tuesday each month between January and May, something like this. Every month we got the event in Paris. I saw this guy again. And we jam for other time. And then I tell to Kelu and K.I.M, yeah, let's see each other making music. And we begin it, but it was 2 years ago, something. And yeah, I really love to perform with this project. It's opened my mind, and I go to some festival. I don't have project to go in this kind of festival, and I yeah, I just begin to go in some kind of festival I never think I will be, and I will enjoy it. Really hippie, really. And that's quite good. I miss some, but but we do this with trickies. Well, we go in this kind of festival and do with the beat, because the beatbox is so cool to introduce any kind of music. So I love perform with this project. And yeah, if you want to listen it in Bandcamp, as you say, trickies on the Bandcamp, we did the album, we recorded it. And yeah, that's a nice project, Trickies. And yeah, it's cool to have the project with some musician, not only beatboxer. I used to got a theater project too, so that's good.
And how much different is it for a beatboxer to work with a musician outside of beatboxing because there's a lot of people that have, when they transfer over and they work with somebody else that's not just not strictly beatbox, but there's someone, as you said, who's on a piano, someone who's a singer, someone who's a guitarist, someone, as you have, is the didgeridoo and the hung going together, or the hang going together. How is it different working with them in comparison to working with a beatboxer?
So I used to have some other project with musician. This one is a bit different because Kulu beatbox as well. He beatbox in his didgeridoo. He's the first French to do this, or maybe second, I don't know. But he beatbox in he make before everybody, before the event, before Demain. And maybe Demain saw Kulu in Hervo Festival in France and took it from him. We don't know. And Kulu called this "kiss my ass" technique because he was making this in the didgeridoo, and the didgeridoo player was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You don't play didgeridoo in this moment. You're making noise." And Kulu was like, "Oh, kiss my ass technique," and so Kulu got no beatboxing. He follow everything. Every video he follow it, but he don't have the beatbox vibe. In this project, my problem is every time I want to switch, every time, every cycle, every measure, I want the beatbox formation. I want to add something. I want to change the rhythm. I want to na. But with this, I need to keep it, keep it forever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You can't be as a solo or with a crew beatboxing. You need to adapt with the music, the mindset of the musician, because they don't have the mindset of the beatboxer. You need to adapt, and yeah. But the most important is to enjoy. I got some project with musician I didn't enjoy at all. It was like, yeah, this guitar player doesn't understand the beatbox rhythm. I don't know why, but I don't know. Or even if it was my problem, it was me the problem. I don't know. But with Three Keys, it's perfect. I like it.
Yeah, well, it's a good project, and I'm excited to go and see where that goes because, as you said, you're starting to do festivals and expanding into different places to go and take this project. So I'm excited to see what else you guys record and put out other videos as well. So is there anything else that you, excuse me, are working on currently with them? Or is there something that you've...
We will make a new video really soon. And we will make a live stream for a festival, of course, canceled. Because the situation, they choose to make a big live stream, a bit like a TV show, like we do with Franco Microphony or GBB Online or Like Up Online. When I read the email, I was smiling. I was like, oh, that was what we was doing with the beatbox family, and the festival do the same. And yeah.
Well, I'm
live. Yeah.
What's the name of the festival and when is that happening?
It's wow, I can't remember.
Oh, that's okay.
I can't remember the name. Yes.
Maybe we'll write a message afterwards, but that's something if you guys want to, again, check it out. Make sure that you go and support, buy it on Bandcamp. We got 3 Keys where he's doing an amazing show together with a didgeridoo player and a hung drum. So that's another thing that he's going into. And before we get into some other questions, because I have some other stuff I wanted to ask you about, you've judged all over the world. You've been a beatbox judge, and you've raised yourself to a level where you've been a beatbox judge in places like Japan, Taiwan, Danish champs, Sweden, Belgium, China, USA, Jordan, Baltic Coast, Greeks, Czech Republic. I can keep on going, but you've had a lot of experience as a judge. And I want to know what, in your opinion, makes for a good judge, someone who is a good judge?
First, I really think you need your participant experience. I see many guys win one battle and want to be judged straight, and the organization, some organizer doesn't help because they're asking this guy to judge already. For me, you need to push a lot your solo career, basically. That's my own opinion. So you first need to know everything about the participant aspect, the strategy, the everything. You need to yeah, it's like for some psychanalysts need to do the psychoanalysis for ourselves. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I think so.
You need to first discover a will yourself what you can do as a solo participant. So okay, when you do this, you got your experience. I think it's good for judge to still battling, still be participants, to have like a long transition. So you got a lot of experience as participants. Then you begin to be jury, but you're still battling. It's really important. You're still battling, and you got your judge experience. And then, of course, one day you can't battling all your life. You want to do other thing, and you can focus on be only judge. But for me, it took years. It should take years. Judging is hard. People think it's only this guy, but that's really hard. You need to think about many aspects. You need to think about stuff people doesn't think. Yeah, it's sometimes there are pressure. For hard battle, you feel pressure. It's human. You need to take the right decision because people work a lot for this. You can't. For me, yeah, you need to do the right decision. Even if all the jury say 4 for this guy and you are the only one, for me it's yeah. You just take your own decision, and I see this I like beautiful, because yeah, you don't want every jury to vote for the same guy. I like when it's 4-1 treat you. It's like different. Of course, the 5-0, as we say in French, the 5-0, 5-0. It's something entertaining, and like yeah, it's just body bag.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's about experience, about what your career, what you did yourself, and judging a lot of battle. It's not the first battle you will be a good judge. It's maybe after 10, and yeah. And I didn't speak about it when you judge your friends. That's hard too. Yeah, because you can be helpful or you can be the opposite. Yeah, that's really hard. And I loving judging. It's like yeah, the best position. you travel, yeah, it's like holidays, and of course yeah, I say holidays, sometimes at 10 in the morning you need to go to the radio for the promote the event or nothing. Shout out to to the Baltic Coast. I take this example, but yeah, it's the best moment, and I love this aspect. Yeah.
And what is it that you look for? Because you have the basic categories that most people have on how to judge a beatbox battle, but what is it for you that what do you look for in a beatboxer when you're watching a battle? Is there stuff that really impresses you that you're just like, oh, wait a second, and that helps sway your vote?
Yeah. So the thing I love in beatboxing is like I can listen a guy and I can understand him. I can know some information about him. This guy is shy? This guy express himself? This guy is more like copying. So if he's copying, it means maybe in his own life, in his private life, he doing every time the same shows as everybody. You know, you got so many information when you listen somebody beatboxing. So the first thing I want to see is the soul of the beatboxer. I want to listen this guy, and I want to feel the story. I want to feel emotion. I want to know who is this guy. So the soul, and of course it means the originality, of course, and the music. We make music, so I need to enjoy the music I'm listening right now. The music, and after the technique, of course. And to be musical, you need to be a technician. It's not, nothing is very separate. Everything is you put it together. Yeah, I want to see somebody show me who he is, and impress me, and see something I never saw before. It's even better.
And what do you think about people that have battle techniques, not just beatboxing as in my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, but people that have thought out things, whether it's Skiller taking beatbox is magic and doing this and having it fly up, or somebody taking the hat or somebody having battle techniques like this? What do you think of these things?
Taking the hat is bad. We don't want to see punch in beatbox family, and
No.
this kind of disrespect is this. I remember in an end of the week. So sorry if I didn't answer the question, but you speak about the capsing. So you know, end of the week with the rapper. You know this end of the week. It's
Yeah, of course, yes.
at some point, basically, it's with the DJ, the rapper rap, and the DJ just play with the BPM, with the. I don't know if you saw this, but I was the beatboxer, and my job for this thing was to put the rapper. I need to disturb him, so I can do 7 and then a raga, then a dubstep. I just need to. And this guy, I don't know why, he just took my cap, and I've been mad. I took his cap as well. I stand it in the crowd, and we was performing, and it is beginning to be shh, and we finish okay. And at the end of the show, he tell me, "I'm so sorry, my friend. Tell me why you do this," and you never know the reaction. You never know the reaction. You need to be respectful.
Yes.
That was just. Can you say again the question? I'm sorry.
No. It's a good story. It's a good story because people sometimes go a little too far. But I mean, when you're watching as a judge, how much influence to your decision does those battle tactics come in? So if you, as I said, with Skiller doing beatbox's magic and having a bunch of stuff there, or somebody going and doing like taking your hat and moving it so it's a certain way, or even just if I'm battling and I stand in front of the person so you can't see them when I'm battling and doing techniques like this, do you think that should affect the battle? Is there a lot of effect that it has in the battle, or is it just if you were to close your eyes and just listen to it?
Of course, no. It's a lot of importance. Yeah. Or we need to make a battle and like this for the jury. I don't know. It's a new concept. But no, the visual is so important, and it's the part of the show. You can be the best technician if you don't know how to hold well the microphone, and you're in the corner of the stage. You show your back to the crowd. You can do the best music ever if your opponent's making the show and he's like in showtime and in fire. You can't stop him. So so important.
And my last question about battling specifically as a judge is, what's your advice to win? What's your advice for somebody that is starting to battle, or somebody that has battled before but hasn't got the success? Either then we can say obviously practice more, train yourself more. Is there anything in a battle, how to keep calm, how to stay focused, how to prepare for a battle? What do you recommend?
So I can recommend several things. Depends the kind of beatboxer. You can have the kind of guy doesn't feel to freestyle. He can't do this. So we saw some guy. You need to be so strong when you do this. When you prepare, you got the stress to do exactly the same thing you prepare at home. This can stress you so much. But some people can't freestyling. I think some people say I can't, but say never trying to do it. But let's say if you this guy of beatboxer and you don't want to freestyle at all, you want to prepare it. It's in your mind. You don't. It will stress you so much to say exactly the same thing. So work on this story. And good luck. And the other options, I feel it's more better to win. It's to add some freestyle parts in the battle, because you say it's AB, or even other system. But don't speak about this. So this is disturbing. Yeah, okay. So you use, it's important, you can improvise. When you're freestyling, you can answer to opponent straight. If you prepare at home, you will never think about what your opponent will doing. So sometimes, I don't know, the guy making drum and bass, and you don't have a drum and bass routine prepared, you don't use it. That's That's a mistake. Do it in freestyle because it will let you win. Some people is like the first battle I do this, the second battle I do this, the third battle. You can skill or prove you can win like this. You can, but you need to be so strong. So I think you need to improve to everybody. Improve your freestyle. Improve like you don't think, you do. You know, it's freestyling. Even in the punchline, when you speak, when you act, we're just speaking before about how you act on stage. It's even this is freestyling. So yeah, my advice is to try to sometimes to yeah to try to freestyling a bit, but it's important to got some 30 minutes prepared, 1 minute, even some round. But yeah, try to add some freestyle. We saw Alexino win the World Championship. He was practicing every round, and at the end he puts every time some freestyling parts and change at the last moment his strategy, and he won it. And even for me, it works good. When I prepared, I didn't win. When I prepared and add freestyling, I won. Um, yeah, it's hard to answer this question in. It's you can say so much. You can say so much thing. It's a topic. It's big topic.
Yeah, it's something that everybody has opinions on, and it's to hear you being saying that, like, again, if someone's prepared everything to the exact second, that really does work for some people, and it actually makes them stronger. But then the ability to go and flip something just like that, or change and be open to being like, okay, I'll do this and then get back to my plan.
Yeah,
It's something that you've seen that works well. So that's definitely a good advice to go and be able to practice and freestyle and actually do stuff on the fly and see maybe off of somebody. You just all of a sudden go like, okay, my turn, do something like this.
In this kind of situation, you can really use a lot of strategy, because the strategy is so important in beatbox battle. So when you're freestyling, you can change the strategy in any moment, any second. When you prepare it, you just can't. You will just after the battle, you will be, oh, I should do this. So
The moment was there. The moment was there, and you didn't use it properly. So it's a lot of stress, though. Imagine just battling itself brings a lot of stress to people. Even people that say they don't care in freestyle,
it's
still
like
stress.
people want to win straight. Took your experience. If it take you 5 years to practicing your freestyling skills, took these 5 years.
Yes,
You know?
absolutely. It takes the time, but then eventually, when you get it and it works out well, you're like, yeah.
Adrenaline. This is why I love so much battling. If I prepared everything and then I love the adrenaline.
It's always, I agree. And I love being on stage and a part of it and watching it and being in that crowd and, you know, introducing people is just, it's a big pleasure to go and sit there and see it, because that feeling, and as an example, but when Sorrow was doing his round and he switched the Billie Jean on and Alexino walks out, goes, and then when he comes in with that, seeing that live and seeing how that played out was just amazing. And the energy you feel, and the whole crowd loses their mind because it's just something so fresh and original.
Yeah, so true. Add some spicy. That's really good. Yeah. And I didn't say this. You need to follow a lot the beatboxing as well. Know your opponent. I use before battle to I'm in the shower basically, and I'm thinking, okay, I imagine I battle this guy, and I battle him in this guy in my shower. And sometimes, let's say the examples in 2011, my battle with Alem, I did this battle 10 times, but in my mind, and I didn't do exactly every one of these 10 battle in my mind was different, and the real one was different, but in my mind I was ready. I battled Alem in my shower already a lot. You know, and I was every time imagining what he can doing. If he do this, I will do this. You can prepare a lot of the opponents. It's hard to prepare all of the opponents. So just you look the list and you say, okay, this guy. Okay, I will find 30 seconds for him, 40 seconds, 1 minute for him. Sometimes I can find a new routine only because I practice for a beatboxer. I'm like, I'm freestyling during my shower battle, and I found a new routine, and it will be the first time for this guy, but I will keep this routine forever, you know. Look, the other beatboxer, what they're doing to find a good strategy.
So also spending the time to make sure that you know what they're going to be bringing to the table, so you can answer them.
Music sports.
Yes. And again, how do you keep aside from being prepared and giving all this work, how do you keep calm on stage? How do you let the nerves not get the best of you? And when someone's right in your face and you're about to battle, how do you just be like, okay, let me do my thing?
Again, depends the people. But I'm thinking about this right now. It's not necessarily my style, but some is like just in his mind, I'm the best. They just say, even if the guy impress him, it's just I don't give a shit. I'm the best. So so the guy making a good thing, and you're like, I don't I'm the best. I will just do it, and you don't think about it, because I imagine. Imagine if you're in a beatbox battle and you listen the routine of the guy, and you're just like, I don't have any chance. I'm just a loser. This is bad. I'm sad, and you're still on stage battling. Wow, no. Try in your mind to keep confidence. You need confidence, and it's never over. Never. You can win a battle at the last moment. You did a lot of shit, and the last 30 seconds, it will be crazy, and you can win the battle with this. Maybe it's never over. Never. Keep fighting till the end.
That's definitely a good advice. Good advice for battling. So, yeah, we've talked about a lot of stuff, and I want to go and get into another section. So what I'm going to do right now is called rapid fire questions. So I'm going to ask you questions quick, and I want you to, I'll try to say it so that you understand. And I want you just, your first answer that's in your head, not thinking about it too much.
So it was previous Beyond the Beat, because I'm a fan of Beyond the Beat.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Beyond the Beat, episode 6, right here live with Kim. And if you guys have any questions, start writing them right now in the chat live, because Madox will be looking through and I'll be asking your questions after this section of rapid fire questions and some questions from Paponi. But we're about to get into it with rapid fire. All right, rapid fire with Kim, Beyond the Beats. First question: who is your favorite solo beatboxer currently?
Currently, Explose. I listen Explose. I love him.
Who is your favorite tag team currently?
Spider Horse, forever.
Who is your favorite looper?
At this moment, Christoph, but MB14.
Who is what is your favorite topping on pizza?
Full cheese and pepper.
What is the best pasta to make?
Carbonara.
What is the best cheese?
Camembert.
Do you like guacamole on chips or on bread better?
Man, I did bread yesterday for the first time, because I don't have chips. The chips was finished. But let's say with the chips.
And my last question: when is the last time you made the Biggie Kim for a group of people to eat?
Sorry? The what?
When is the last time you made the Biggie Kim?
The Biggie Kim? Oh, fuck! So long ago. I do this. So fun, man. So yeah, that's crazy. You took your pasta from yesterday and you put everything in your fridge in it, and you put it in I don't know in English the word, but you cook it like, and I do this a lot. it's a nice recipe. The Biggie Kim. Wow.
And right there where rapid fire questions is my good friend Kim, right here live on Beyond the Beat. So those were some rapid fire questions, and now I was talking to my friend there.
My friend Paponi.
My friend Paponi.
My friend Paponi.
My friend Paponi.
And he sent me so many different questions for you. He had such a lineup of questions, so we're going to get into that right now. And once again, if you're watching, I can see a lot of people from all around the world are watching currently right here live stream on Swissbeatbox. If you have any questions, make sure you write them in so I can ask directly, because I'm going to have Madox send me a message afterwards, and he's going to tell me what questions you guys, the audience, ask. But right now it's time for questions.
My friend Papuni.
From my
friend Papuni.
My friend Papuni.
My friend
Papuni.
My friend Papuni.
So he has a couple questions for you. One of the first questions, we'll start off with this one, is he says that you used to be a huge football fan and your favorite team was Paris Saint-Germain.
Yes.
Germain. And he says his question was, do you still love football? And before the crisis started, how was your team doing?
Yeah, so I still love football. I used to quite follow everything, and I was like in the mood. I want to know everything, but then beatboxing took my time. So I follow it less more. But I still love football and watching. Before beatboxing, I used to go see in live the football game of PSG in the stadium, like singing for your team. Kind of the thing I see in beatboxing when you support somebody doing his elimination. I love this. Like, I love support, you know. And so I still following it. And my team, great, because they beat Dortmund in the Champions League, the European biggest competition. They beat Dortmund. So we're just waiting now. Maybe it will be all years, maybe. But the rules change because the COVID-19. I even don't really know how this competition will end. I just know they don't cancel it. It's this year we'll got a European champion. So maybe PSG. Let's say I hope so.
And what's a cheer for them, for PSG? Do you know a cheer right now you could do?
Like something like I want to support.
Yeah, no. For PSG, what's a chant or a cheer for them?
Just to win this cup.
Fair enough. Well,
yeah,
all
we're
right.
waiting this since forever, and our enemy from Marseille took it in '93, so a long time ago. But they took it one time and not us. So we need to got it.
All right. Next question from
My friend Papuni.
My friend Papuni.
He's brought this up and I kind of added to it, but you've organized multiple battles. You've been the organizer and the guy behind the scenes, from doing the Morpaw battles to doing Le Cup battles, the French champs helping, and now doing the online Micro Francophonie battle and Le Cup online. One of my personal favorite battles that you ever did was 2013, where you did the Cup with the European Championship with everybody from around, and you had, Russia versus France, and Germany end up winning, and you've done north, south, east, west of France going and battling. So you've spent a lot of time doing this and organizing events. And so one of his questions from
My friend Papuni
is he wants to know, is there a specific way that you come up with thinking of these battles? What is in your mind when you start thinking you want to make a huge European battle, or you want to make east, north, south, west battle, or you want to go and make the micro Francophonie battle? So what is it that keeps your mind alert and thinking of new ideas all the time?
I see a lot of people when they're organizing, they want to do it small. Oh, let's do it small. I don't want. Me, I'm like, I want to do it big. And then, okay, I don't have the money, so it will be big. So every time I'm looking like this, and at the end, I like this. But it's important for me to see big at the beginning. And for example, for Franco Microphonie, it was like, okay, let's do online battle. What? Let's do something we can't do in real life. Let's do something crazy. Okay, what we can do? Took 3 continents and all countries speaking French in the world, and let's do this. And it will be. It was easy to say let's do a French online championship. It was too easy, too easy. Let's look big. And it was not really the question, but I want to mention it. Max Pone is so the Morpa battle. It was like one day he called me. I was not organizer at all, and he tell me, yeah, I'm working so much, I don't have time. Do you want to choose the participants and help me to organize? I was like, I never thinking about it. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I sent a lot of message to beatboxer, and it starts like this. Thank you, Robin, for your ass. Yes.
So you think of the idea that is as big as you can possibly think of,
Uh,
and aim
that's-
for this.
Yeah, and that's why I did the European in 2013. We are so lucky. It's a lot of money, and it was possible at this moment. I try it every years, but I need like 20K, 25K, something to can do it. Cause for this Euro Cup, I want to pay the plane of every participant. I don't want a guy at the last moment from the I don't know, the Belgium team say, oh, finally I don't have the money to come, and it will put the team in the shit. You know, I want quality. I want guys sure to coming. I want guy practicing, and a good strong team. So for me, the European Cup, I need to pay the plane of the 32 beatboxer, the jury, the Swiss beatbox. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was again one of my favorite battles that I've ever got to go and watch in the videos of, and I wish I got to see it live, but I still at home, even like one of the craziest drops was the now do the Russian when it was Vakhtang and Mad Twins and Master Mike all together, and they do the Harlem Shake, but it's the Russian Shake, and the way they did it was just such a dope comeback.
Yeah, you know, I write this on my computer, and I was in mood. It's impossible because it was in 3 location, and they asked me, okay, for the next meeting, propose us something, propose us something, and said then I proposed the thing of my dream at this moment, and they say yes. I was like, whoa, okay, okay, if you say yes, say yes.
Sure, we can make that happen then, I guess. That's awesome. And as well as being one of the organizers, another question from
My friend Papuni.
he wants to know, so is there a specific way that you set up the battle systems that are in place right now? And is there any way for judging purposes, how can you make the current system better? How can you make it not easier, but how can you make the judging system better so it's more fair for everybody involved and get the best result possible?
So, yeah, as I tell you, I got my career of participant as jury, and we're speaking about the organizer at the same time. So I got this 3 side. I mix all of these 3 side, my experience from 10 years, and we speak a lot with BMG, a lot of Big Ben as well. But we took our boss experience with Firebras as well, and we write it for the French Championship, the most fair play rules we can find. It's hard to speaking about it right now in live stream. It's really complicated. There are a lot of details. I can't tell you all, but we took that time with BMG and Firebras to write it in a document really long about everything. And we don't use categories for the judge. Let's say the main thing, the jury got something we call the free zone. I don't want when I go judging, I don't want this guy tell me, okay, you got 3 category: music, technique, originality. And maybe this day I will be like, yeah, man, I want to category for the building, for the structure. I want a category for the cleanness. I want a category. Every judge is different. When you took a jury, it's to have a lot of opinion, different opinion. Why you put you took 5 different judge? Why you put this judge in like this? just let the judge like they want, like they love it, like from his own experience. So we took the jury. We believe in the jury. Every jury can have his own system. It can be color. It can be all together. It can be not. It can be comment. It can be everything. Every judge can find his way. So we got the free zone. The jury will judge as he want, as he love it. And at the end, if it's top 16, he will give the top 20 in the right order. The one will be 20 points, the two 19, the three 18, the 20 1 point, the 19 2 points, the 18 3 points.
Yes.
And that's work like this. It's really fair. And at the same times, when we don't do this, some judge can have a lot of power in the jury decision. If a jury score really low or even really high, it will got more opinion than the other, more in the average. It makes the difference. It's happened so a lot of battle. I can't tell you. Secret. It's happened in a lot of battle with this system. That's why we don't use it. The French. It's disturb everything. It's not fair. One judge can make so much difference. So yeah, if some people are interested, send me a DM on Insta. I will be happy to speak about this with organizer of championship. By the way, a lot of championship already use our system. Even for the wildcard GBB, it was quite same. It was not 20 but 40. It's mathematically the same at the end. So I don't know if I'm legit to state this for the wildcard of GBB, but it is the French way. So for the wildcard, it's fair play. It's perfect, guys, for the wildcard GBB. And yeah, when I'm judging some battle, when the organizer asks me what you should to do, what's your experience, I every time speak about let's say the French way, and we use it, and people are happy. And in a lot of battle, we use this system. It's in the shadow. No people know, but yes.
Well, it seemingly is good. It makes sense as a system to go and give your points so that it keeps it that every judge is equal on it, and it doesn't get so it's not one person making the decision. And I remember even when 2012 when we were in Midwest battle, I remember there was a certain point where they went to us for who do you pick as the winner, and people were trying to say we have time to discuss, and I never liked that. I always thought that the judge should make their own decision and not be influenced by somebody else, because it's not, then why you would judge if you don't have your own opinion, right? Yeah. So I always like that you and I together were said no, we do it now, and like I'm not, we're just deciding it,
I understand this mistake in 2020. The jury speaking each other before to vote. That's so unfair. Yeah, just we need to be really quick after the battle. The host, you know it really quick. 3, 2, vote after we can speak. Vote. And yeah, it's really important. Organizer, don't let the jury speaking. If you see the jury speaking, just give him a red card. I will pay you less 20 euros. Don't speak the jury. Don't speak. Just vote, and after you can speak.
Yes, I agree, and that's a good system again, because if you don't, then you're being influenced by somebody else to make a decision when you should have your own mind made up on whether he or she should be winning. So
in the past, I saw sometimes when the jury was speaking, one guy can hold the jury because he's more impressive, more, I don't know. Everybody listen him and believe him. It's a really really high head. And he can choose for everybody.
Yes.
Shame.
Well, another question from
My friend Papuni.
He wants to know, in 2013, when you had the Le Cup battle where you have the European Championship, is this something that you want to do again? Is this something that you're open to doing with SBX? Is this something that you want to see happen in the future?
Every day, and of course with SBX, Swissbeatbox, we together, we grow together. Peponi coming to my first Morpa organizing, I tell you, Max Pone asking me, and I send it message to Peponi already, and he just coming with one camera or even two. He was alone and film it. I still got in my mind, my head the picture of Peponi behind, really far. And with his camera and filming the stage. And the location doesn't exist anymore, but if it's still existing, I know exactly where was Peponi filming it. And shout out to my bro Peponi. He still the beginning. He support me in the organization. Still the beginning. So much. Thank you, Peponi, to support, and of course, every day I want to do the Euro Cup, and of course it will be with Swissbeatbox. I just need this money. It's all about the money, the energy, the motivation, even the location, everything I got except the money. Like everybody.
Yeah, it's finding sponsors and finding things to be able to go and push these forward is very difficult.
And at the same time, I'm organizing because I want to give to the community. The beatbox saved my life, give me so much thing. The family give me so much. When I organize, I feel like I give something to the community. I think every beatboxer should at some part of his career give to the community back, I think. And this is my way to do this, but I'm not a full-time I'm really not a full-time organizer. I'm a full-time beatboxer. It's not my job to send paper, to go to see politics and ask for money, and no. It's just I need somebody to tell me I got this money and let's do this, I don't have the time to, so I just waiting the good opportunity as always.
Well, that's again, I do this not on the same level because you've done way more than I have, but I help organize, for Great North and Canadian Champs and doing some other stuff. So I understand the idea of trying to go and be a beatboxer, have your career, and then also trying to organize and run after all these people and find money and find all these. It's very difficult. So hopefully in the next, in the future, there's a company out there that really wants to push this scene forward and will take it on their shoulders to be like, okay, let's help push the scene and build it.
Many people tell me about crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding.
Yes. Maybe one day will be the last solution. But same, I'm a full-time beatboxer. I don't want to promote every day on social media. Please give money to like up. No. I don't have. I can give so much. I work sometimes 1 year on the event, but you can't do everything. You can't do everything.
Yes, it's a hard thing for myself. I assume you and a lot of different people, though. Once you have a project, it's hard to take a step back and hopefully that everything will work out without you being directly involved in every little tiny thing. So it's a hard thing, but again, we'll see. So do you have another question?
My friend Papuni
has to go and ask you because he wants to know. My
friend Papuni
has to go and ask this question. He goes, do you have any idea? Again, right now it's a hard time in the world because everything's closed and you're not allowed to do stuff. But you had a plan to go and have the cup in October, and you had a plan for some events in France. Do you have any idea when live events will be coming back in France, particularly?
So the one in October, basically, this year was two cup. One the Orléans Cup and then the Worldwide Cup, the same as Collapse and FIB won. Collapse in 2018. So because we didn't did the Orléans Cup, we need to do this at the end of the year. So I don't know, I don't have any idea which month, which date, but we'll try to do the Orléans Cup this year, and then the next the Worldwide Cup as Collapse won. That's. But and still, I got some project. I can't speak. I got a lot of idea in my mind, and I got so much idea of organization.
Well, we're all excited to see what comes next because you have always a good idea, always pushing the boundaries, and it's great that you are working with. And another question from
my friend Papuni.
He's going to go and say, this is going to be his last question right here, I think, is in your opinion, because in France you have the male battles and then you have the female category battles in solo. And I've had this discussion, or actually, excuse me, when they did BoxCon Global, they had the discussion with Kayla and Bellatrix and Sparks and Reeps was on there, and they were all, and Scratchy, and they were all talking about having mixed battles and having battles that are male and then female. So I was gonna say, Oh, it's kind of funny that you're getting surrounded by a bunch of dudes here. The Beatbox French family, as you guys can see.
You speak about the girl beatboxing and we just men like this.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all jumping in.
That was what we're seeking. Yeah.
It's
No.
it makes it hard for me to ask a serious question when all these people are so close.
Answer. Yeah, that's really nice.
But could you
It's a background. It's a picture. It's not the real beatbox.
Oh, okay, you have them as a background. But could you tell us and it's somewhat this is the last question from
my friend Papuni.
Before we're gonna get into asking some freestyle for these guys to come in and help and do cypher. But could you tell me your opinion on whether having a mixed category is a good idea for France in your opinion, or is there a difference that you see in countries that have male and female mixed together in battle? And again, this is just your opinion, and you don't speak for everyone, obviously, and you don't have, we're speaking from a male perspective as well. So this is just, I want your opinion on it.
Yes. So in France, we got like 95% of battling mix in France. Only the French championship, one battle each year. We want to know who's the best girl in France to send her to the world championship. I saw the BoxCon and they didn't say this. Countries got sometimes separate categories to just send the girl to the world championship, because which girl of France will represent the France at the world championship if we don't have the battling? It will be not fair. It will just choose one for. We need to saw this girl battling to send one at the world championship. So that's just one thing. The other thing in France, before we used to have maybe 2-3 girls competing, and we work a lot on this category. We send messages because the girl is really shy. The girl don't want to go on stage and do it, and they need a lot of motivation. Many beatboxer. I even at the BoxCon, Bellatrix, Sparks, Skyla say a lot of beatboxer help them during the career. It's the same in France. So we help the girl to get confidence. And in France, the girl wants to be a separate for the French championship only for one time in a year. They don't want to try to be in the top 40. And imagine in France to be in the top 40, how it's hard. It's really hard to be in the top 40 now. So it's put light on the girl. Last French championship, the most exciting category was the female category. Everybody was waiting for this category. Why? Because in the solo we know already who will win. In the crew we know already who will win. In tag team we know already who will win, and it's the favorite one. For the French girl category, it's like it was the 3 last French female champion, and the one she won, Prisha, the running up. It was so interesting. I don't want to miss this. Only to speak about politics. In the real life, of course, everything is mixed. Sometimes it can be good. At this moment, it's really to support the female category, the French girl beatboxer. So it works because now we are close to can make a top 8 in the French female category. We got every year we got a lot of more girl, more than 10. Soon maybe we have a French female championship with 16 girl. Maybe imagine. It support them, and if you don't do this girl will never hear this girl on stage. Never ever. It's the only opportunity for her to beatboxing, and for us to saw this girl beatboxing and can after give help. So our mind in France right now is to push this category a lot, send messages to the girl, try to say a positive message. She need to be confident and everything. And in some years, when the thing will be ready, it will be mixed category, it will be a lot of girl. Maybe we hope 40 girl, and it will be maybe every time 200 men maybe. But if we got 40, 50 beatbox girl, it will be just amazing for us. And this is the only way we got to do this. If we don't do this, we'll got 2, 3 girls. we don't want this. So this is a way. At this moment, only for the French Shepherdship we do this, and when it will be the time, we will mix it. And the other thing, every people speak about this, but can you tell me how many girls compete at the solo category in GBB? How many girls?
In the solo category? I'm unsure.
Yeah, I don't saw so many workout of girl to try to compete at the GBB. Many girls are complaining right now, oh, we should not separate. But when it's mixed battle, why the girl doesn't compete?
That's a fair question, and something that, again, I don't have the answers to, and we'll have to go and continue the discussion. And just asking these questions, allowing this conversation to be had is a good start to getting the insight. And I ask you this because, again, you've had so much experience organizing battles, judging battles, being a battler. So your opinion means a lot.
Yeah, I think, this mentality can kill the female beatboxing, because instead of see 100 female beatboxer, you will see 3 the year. Yeah, that's the one opinion. Yeah, and everybody hope it will be mixed in France in some years when it will be ready and when it will be the time.
And I'm looking forward to seeing that, because seeing some of the battles and seeing some of the ladies that have come up and represented so strongly, and having like Kayla and Mark going in for the tag team for GBB as well. Yep. And having those experiences, it's great to see. So thank you very much, though. I appreciate your opinion. Those are questions from
my friend Papooni. My friend Papooni. My friend Papooni.
So we're going to keep it going on. And right now, I just said, Ish. We got a couple questions that Madox just sent me. These are live questions that you have gotten from the crowd. So the crowd, Ish, has a few questions for you. Let's see. How do you train your routines? What does your daily training look like?
Oh, no, I'm honest. I don't daily work on my beatbox. I don't have the motivation, the time, especially since I'm father. But yeah, every day I think about beatboxing. So it's kind of strange, but I found inspiration when I'm traveling, when I'm speaking with people, when I feel emotion, when something happening in my life, and I took this story, I took this emotion, and I translate it in beatbox. But only me understand. It's only me I understand, and this is my way. I got a story in my mind, and I try to express it in beatboxing. This is my way to practice. Yeah.
Good. That's good. That's a good answer. Another question from the crowd. They want to know, how do you groom your beard? How do you groom your beard?
Like this. With the I don't remember in English, but like this. And yeah, that's our art job. It's really long at this moment. I don't like when it's long like this. I need more, but yeah, I need to take time. It's a hard job to get a beard.
I agree. Yes. Another question from the crowd. They want to know, who is your favorite new school beatboxer? Your favorite new school beatboxer, and why right now?
River.
And why do you love River? Other than he's smashed and he's been winning competitions, obviously he's amazing.
Even if I don't speak about, he's leaving today the party I'm in, and yesterday night, again beatboxing is so nice in musicality. He's improving. He's so passionate, and he just understands many things, many stuff this past months. He's improving, and yeah, he's my favorite new school at this moment.
So that's the answer. River. Make sure they check him out. He just smashing battles online, left, right, and center. I can't wait to see him live again because it's amazing to watch. And one more question from the crowd. Their last question that Madox sent me there was, what is your current sound? What sound are you working on currently that you're trying to learn?
Inward bass.
Inward bass. And this is who is the French guy you were talking to that you said was top 40 and you asked for some tips from?
Shiki. But you need to know a guy, Pondiman. In 2011, he was doing this. We call this the glot rolls. Glot is the word in French for ear. Watch it. But Pondiman 2011 French Championship elimination. You will see after like maybe 1 minute, it will surprise you. You will be like, oh, it's a 2020 beatboxing. No. It was 10 years ago. A guy called Pondiman. Watch it, guys. He was making inward bass before everybody, and that was so nice. Yeah.
All right, you guys get a history lesson out there as well. So those are questions from the crowd, and we've been talking for a long time. I have one or two more questions for the end of this, but I was wondering, since you have been sitting here for so long with me, if you and your friends that are sitting there with you would be down maybe to go and show some beatbox skills to everybody that's out there on the internet watching live and direct right here, Swissbeatbox YouTube. We're going to get into a cypher with some of the French beatbox fam, if Kim can get their attention.
Yes, so it's just right now playing like a mix between volleyball and football. So in a game, I see them really like sport. So if you let me like 2 seconds to go outside and say to the guy, just come, and we will do the cypher. So
all right,
just let me a few seconds. I leave a few seconds to tell them. Okay?
No problem. Yeah, no problem. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're watching Beyond the Beat. We're on episode 6. We've been talking to Kim, representing France, French champion, multiple times in the solo that he won. He won the solo, he won tag team, he's won the team. And now we're going to get into some cypher that happens. I don't know if you saw that, all those guys that jumped around the camera there for a second, but they might be jumping on to do some French power, show some French beatboxing to you guys. I'm seeing in the chat that you guys are watching. Thank you for tuning in. Give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment afterwards. Spread this around. Tell us what you think of Beyond the Beat. Give some more examples of what you want to go and have. But I think it's about that time that we get into this cypher, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get into the French beatbox family right here, featuring my man Kim. Everybody that wants to jump on here, we're going to get into this beatbox thing going on like this. Ladies and gentlemen, starting off with Kim. You already know what to do. I say the 3. Y'all say the 2 and the 1. Kim, show us your beatbox in 3.
Welcome to my demon's dream.
Yes.
Jeez. That was Kim. Hesh. Who's next on the mic? Who wants to jump on next?
Oh, Sino, my good friend, Synopsis.
Aight.
Yeah.
Aight.
The current vice champion of France, and I got third place at Franco Microphony. So yes, Synopsis, kill it. Djibouti.
All right, Synopsis, it's on you. Show us what you get. I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1. Crowd in 3.
Et ça fait bim, bam, boum, ça fait bim et ça fait boum, ça fait bim.
Synopsis right there, smashing it up. Who's up next? Who's up next? Who's up next?
Yes, okay. And now the triple cheese himself. He got top 4 at Franco Microphony. Let's make some esh in the chat for Hip Hop.
Esh. All right, start beatboxing. I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1. He boxed on you in 3.
I have that. 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 I have the kick control like.
Who's up next? Who's up next?
The next, himself, the mustachos. El colapsino. Make a lot of esh for the mustacho, le pulino.
Esh.
El colapso.
Esh. Ladies and gentlemen, we got collapse right here. I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1. Yo, collapse, show us what to do in 3. That was collapse, everybody. Yo, who's up next, Kim? Who's up next?
Next. Let's take the time for this one. You can guess it, Scott. You can guess who's the last one.
Who the last one is?
Yeah.
Well, I see a few people there. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess though. It's gonna be the guy Alexinho. I'm gonna guess Alexinho for this one.
Yeah, exactly. So let's make some noise in the chat. Many esh, many flag of friends.
Esh.
Chicken for the Shadow Sumo as well. And yes, a lot of Alexinho in the chat for my man Alexinho.
Ish. Yo, Alexinho, it's on you. I say the 3. Y'all say the 2 and the 1. My dog in 3.
Big shout out to this mic full of COVID.
Ish.
Love you.
Ish.
See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, just seeing a bunch of French family beatboxing. Ash?
To enjoy it.
We
It's
had to,
pretty bad right now. Everybody's transpiring, waiting.
everybody's sweating. You guys put it on a great show right there, live and direct. Beyond the Beats, episode 6 with my man Kim, featuring the French beatbox family right out here live. You guys crushed it. Thank you so much. Before I jump off here, do you still have a couple minutes, or are you good for a couple more minutes?
Yeah, of course, of course.
I know we were ending on such a high note, but I want to go and ask you this just as a couple of things. What are you looking forward to right now? What is upcoming events, upcoming recordings, upcoming projects? What are you looking forward to right now, beatbox wise, in your career before we get out of here? How do people support you? Where can they find more stuff out about you? Tell the people.
Working on my 3 own project. The Trickies, Shadow Sumo, End of the Game. Even myself for the battle and the beatbox fair. When I go showcases, when I jury and stuff, still working for this. And yeah, I hope the workshop will start soon. I think it will be hard for this year workshop because the rules in France or even in the world. And yeah, to support me, you can go just listen the Trickies album and follow me on social media. Go to the YouTube Shadow Sumo. You can subscribe soon. We will try to put, and not even try, we will put content on the Shadow Sumo YouTube. And as well, if you can, I can mention the French championship actually. We put every 2 days a video on Beatbox Friends channel. Go watch it if you didn't already. Just thinking, I want to mention Beatbox International if you don't know it. It's a YouTube channel and a big Discord server. At this moment, in a new project, Country versus Country, it's kind of the lockup spirit. So I help them, and it's already did a few game. Last one was 2 days ago, or 3, UK versus Iran. It's a really nice project. It's online. Every country is with 8 beatboxer, and it's really entertaining. And yeah, you should follow it. And at the same time, Charlotte, I need to decoy beatbox community as well, because we're working together for the online cup. Is put in YouTube the online cup. At this moment, I think we finished to put the 8th final. Soon we will release the quarter final. So yes, follow it on the Beatbox Community YouTube channel. And yeah.
And my last question. Actually, I got two. I'm gonna finish off because you mentioned workshop, and I know you teach very well, and there's been people asking a lot about your special sounds and different sounds. But I wanted to go and ask if you could do a very short version with me right now. And how do you make that? I don't know this sound. Could you explain this sound for the people that are watching and do a little tutorial? You could show me the difference between the two of them, because I know you go.
Okay. So I use, it's like the combination between a kiss. Yeah. And then you use your teeth, the up teeth you put in your lips down, and you try to do the sound. It's in. Because the air is between your teeth and your lips. And then for the impact, you put the kiss. After you can mix. And for it's more hard to explain online. I need okay. No, it's hard. I need my hands, but I need to keep this microphone. So you put your tongue on your teeth and on your up lips here. It's really important to touch both the lips here, these lips, and the teeth. You need to touch it with your tongue at exactly the same time. You just imagine. This is your tongue. This is your lips, and imagine the teeth here up like this. And this make the
Okay.
Maybe use other technique, but you know it's not important. It's from the squeak family. There are a lot of squeak. Shout out to Roclo. He's maybe the guy with the most squeak I know. He maybe know 27 squeak. This guy. Shout out to Roclo. It's not important to have exactly the same. You just need to find one, and you can play with this. Yours is good. I think it's more close to the primitive and beatness one. Bass.
Still need to work on it a lot.
That's sick, man.
But yes, so rate it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch this back, maybe you can learn the lesson from Kim of how to go and make some of these sounds, some of his unique sounds. And thank you for taking the time. The last thing before I jump out of this, you've said it a few times, so you brought it up. How's your daughter? How is being a father? I haven't got to meet her yet. She's beautiful, and I really puts a smile on my face to see her. Is she doing well? And is she taking on beatboxing maybe? Do you want to show her more? Can you tell us a little bit about it if you're comfortable?
Yeah. I can speak about it. She's really fine. I registered her in the school like 3 days ago. She will go in September at the school, and she beatboxing a bit. She got 3 years old, and she can do it, and she found it better than me. And I was like, oh, you do like this? Okay, the wawad is making in this position. She teach me the wawad click, in fact. And now I need to practice in it. Yeah,
wow.
And she sing. She loves singing. She sing a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm that's just a personal question, man. Every time it's nice we do a little FaceTime and you've said hello for Uncle Scotty saying hello, but it makes me smile to see you being officially a beatbox.
It will be
beatbox
nice.
Dad, beatbox papa.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? Because we've talked about your career, we've talked about projects, organizing, battling, brought up some things, and I hope there's nothing that I missed. But I had a good time with you, man. I really did.
Yeah. No. You the only thing I can. Yeah. You missed some battle I won. Because I win in England, some Belgium as well, in France little, but you can't know. You found some old comments. You even found full Dalbor. You a crazy guy. You crazy inspector. Yeah, that's sick, man. So yeah, just I want to say a big shout out to you, Scott. You're so good. You're so good with me. So good friend. I love to speak with him, speak with you, share with you. So big thank you to take your time to prepare this crazy interview, because it's hard work to find all of this information. And shout out to Pepuni and all the Swissbeatbox team to make it the Beyond the Beat series. I watch it all. That's a really nice format. And yeah, thanks to give me the opportunity to do this video. It's really nice. And yes, if in a couple of videos you can invite Firebras, it will be sick.
I would love to. I would love to have Firebras on.
He got a lot of things to say. So yes, this is my advice. And yes, thank you everybody. And Shadow Sumo.
Shadow Sumo. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, make some noise. Ish. Give it up for Kim, true friend, my dog, Beatbox Papa, organizer, still battling, repping for that Enda gang, representing for Shadow Sumo, representing Beatbox Viking, Beatbox French Beatbox family. We're not going to take up any more of his time because he's going to go probably play some of that outdoors with the boys. Enjoy your weekend. I appreciate your time on a Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff for Swissbeatbox. Go ahead and support Kim. Get his new album. Make sure you check out 3 Keys that he's been putting out there. And overall, it's all nothing but love right here live. Beyond the Beats. We'll be back next Sunday. Kim, I love you, brother. And with that, we're going to call it time in 3, 2, 1. And that's time.